We all agree as a Kenyan people that we need someone with integrity. But the yardstick to measure that integrity is very relative. People think of it very differently. Should it have been more explicit, or is it just, even if it's the moral values you're talking about, how then do you instill them so that it's standard? Everybody sees this and knows this is the wrong person, this is the right person.
From how we look at it, Trevor, actually, we have complicated things to some extent, because right is right, wrong is wrong. I don't see how more we can define that. If you use a public podium to insult someone, that is just it. So the more we try to prescribe and use a law to now qualify this is not so much of an insult, or this is not so much of a truth, it's a half-truth, I think that's where the rain started beating us. I think this issue is as simple as right being right, wrong being wrong. And the minute we appreciate that as a nation, the minute we now know right is right and wrong is wrong, we will be very quick to question when leaders fight at a podium, when someone amasses wealth that they cannot explain, when you have people trying to steal exams. I mean, that's what I'm saying for us. Right now, the spotlight is on the political class, but there are so many instances, if we break this down, that our value system as a country has really not been serving the purpose it should, or we did not get it right, such that if we now get to the political class, we now question why are they having these fights. Yet I'll go and listen to them, Trevor, as that Kenyan, and when they leave and they've not given me unga or 50 shillings, I'm not happy with that rally. So we cannot also be the ones to really point fingers. We must have this conversation, and it's not an easy conversation.
Yeah.
And sadly, what this means, and that's why as Kenyans we need to be very conscious, it's not a conversation just during elections, is that what we are not appreciating over time is that our reputation, our credibility as a country is at risk. If you become that country that people often think about corruption, people often think that we're not honest, people question academic credentials. When you have young people who go to represent us, or even you as a Kenyan, you happen to be outside the country, that's when you realize the effect of that stigma. So that's why we cannot isolate it. It would be very narrow thinking for us to imagine this issue is just affecting us within our home territory. There's an international question to it. There's who we are as a people. And that's why we must go back to the drawing board and question, as a Kenyan people, what do we want to be identified with? Yes, we are happy. We have a lot of good going on. Our sportsmen and women do us proud every other time. We have great ambassadors, great leadership, as I've mentioned, such as those who I am with on this panel. But when it comes to the political class or anything political, yes, it's a contest, but must it be a contest that is marred by dishonesty, by lack of respect? Can't you go and just seek your votes? And at the end of the day, we keep on saying we want people who, winners who are able to win with humility and losers who win with dignity. But we have really made it such a contest that we forget that these are people's parents, they're people's fathers and mothers and siblings who are seeking office, that even if you come second or third, you cannot hold your head high in the country because of that shame factor. It was such a competition, and I think that's where we missed the point. And that's now why we start wondering, that person who has given handouts, we start now making noise, our representative is nowhere to be seen. Of course, they're nowhere to be seen. They're trying to recover the money they gave you as the electorate. They have to see how to recoup all these investments. So this issue affects each of us, starting from those at the highest office. And the more we try to proscribe and regulate it, it's going to be impossible. It's as simple as getting back to a value system. Our Katiba really speaks out in broad terms what will govern us: self-respect, non-discrimination, equality and equity, respect, mutual respect for each other. And if we are serious about these issues, they're supposed to be mainstreamed in everything we do. It's not that because it's politics, that's when you have these values, but when you're doing business or you're selling your wares, these values don't affect you. So when we get serious and realize it's also speaking to our reputation as a people, and when people around our neighborhood and internationally start casting aspersions on who we are as a people, then it becomes very serious.